Blog Talk Radio.
And here we are, everyone. Hello, beloved masters, and good day and good evening all over the world. This is me. This is Jane Quasar, and Zaraya is with me. And I hope that you are all having a wondrous, glorious, and loving day so far. We do have a very busy call, and I'd like to start first with our invocation. And this is going to be the violet flame of Saint Germain. So let us begin. Find a nice chair, a comfortable chair to sit in. And sit with your feet flat on the ground, on the floor or the ground. And put both of your hands open and put them on your lap. And close your eyes. And here we go. And visualize the violet flame. Bring that violet flame and begin to see it and visualize it, as many of you know now how to visualize. And start with your heart center. I am presence. I breathe light into my heart center. And I am a temple of light. I call forth the full power of the violet flame of forgiveness to transmute the causes, core, effects, habits, records, memories of every thought, feeling, word, or action I have ever expressed in any time or dimension, known or unknown, that reflects anything associated with poverty consciousness, victimhood, separation, powerlessness, low vitality, suffering, ill health, disease, misuse of male or female energy, misuse of power, self-hatred, shame, fear, rage, blame or hatred, negative judgment and prejudice, attachment to people doing things my way, or lack and limitation of any kind. With forgiveness and love as my intention, I blaze the violet flame through every atomic and the subatomic particle and wave of precious life energy that has my signature on it in any place and time that reflects anything less than the infinite perfection of God. I trust God to transmute every speck of my being into the highest love and light, health and abundance. I ask my I Am presence to fill the space with the golden light of God's infinite light, love, health, and abundance. In the name of my Father God, my God or Goddess Self, I accept this as accomplished, and so it is. Take a few seconds and just feel the violet flame having gone from your heart center as it reaches up into your crown chakra and have it envelop you now as you have transmuted all negativity and 3D thoughts and ideas, transmuted them into the golden white light.
And I am that I am.
And now we will bring forth the white pillar of protection. Envision this tunnel, but it's not hollow, of light, and that bringing it forth, coming in from the heavens as it begins to envelop you. And as it begins to envelop you, this huge tunnel of white light, brilliant white light, this is our brilliant pillar power of protection. And we say together, I call upon the pillar of pure white light to descend upon me and to form around me. I call upon the presence of the I am that I am. That is your oneness with all. This is your oneness with Source. I ask the presence of the I am that I am to join and merge with me. And this tunnel of white light now is encompassing over the violet flame light, gold light now, around you, covered around that with this pure white light of protection. Around you, below your feet. Bring also this golden white light down into the center of our earth, all the way down to the central sun of hollow earth. And then bring that white light and bring it up through the earth, through you again, as it reaches out into the cosmos. You are fully protected when you envision these two protective lights. And so it is. And now we're ready. And so I'm going to hand over the call to Zaraya. I think he has a couple of messages for all of you as well. And after that, we are going to I'm going to go ahead and bring in our beloved one who believes and knows. I have to say that because he does believe and he also knows. And then after that, it'll be our beloved Lorraine, and then we will begin our show. And so here we go. Zaraya, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Well, what I wanted to talk about is the a lot of people are frustrated, which I am too. I'm only human. So I do get frustrated sometimes, and here lately it hasn't been my road issue with other people, other drivers. It's been more of a how would I put this? I've observed people through emails and through other communications of their lack of belief, their lack of knowing. And every time my father talks about, people on the surface, he talks about being the knowing that you need to know. And he emphasizes that you're gods and goddesses. What does that really mean? We as finite beings, we try to understand it as, if we're God, then why can't we change what's going on? Why can't we bring in the RV ourselves? Well, it's because we have been so programmed to believe that we're limited. you've been so programmed through education, through religion, and through hearsay or programming of your parents to believe that way. I understand that. But I also, it's hard for me to understand how when you're told or given a message of hope, you're given a message of enlightenment, upliftment, and yet you complain about it or you analyze it. And when you start to analyze things, anything can be analyzed down to where you accept it on your terms. But that's not how it works. The universe doesn't accept your terms. Okay, and the universe is the universe. It has a universal law. And we have to abide by that law. And when we're given knowledge from a higher source that only giving this information because they love us, and we complain about it, that frustrates even me to even hear that. So I myself, when I get into close to that state of mind, I have to stop. I have to close my eyes away from everything, go out in nature if I can, and just be with nature. Close my eyes and visualize a nice white sandy beach and hollow earth and just be me, be myself, be with myself, be with my higher self. And, you know, this is the advice I'm giving you. Don't let circumstances guide your path. Don't let other people guide your path. I'm not telling you to believe what I'm saying or what my father's saying. Keep an open mind. That's all I'm asking. Keep an open mind. And that right there, that's enough for me to say to you to just keep an open mind that what is being said to you is truth. And people can ridicule me, they can say I'm a Draco or whatever, but I got news for you. I'm not a Draco. And just because my dad has a turquoise-colored skin doesn't mean he's a Draco either. The only reason the skin tone is green, turquoise green, is because of the high content of copper in the water in hollow earth. That's why they have taken on the turquoise hue. So just, think, people. Jesus.
Thank you, Zaraya. I guess, there's still...
I had to rant.
Well, that's one way of getting things out is to vent. But I think, Zaraya, you did state a couple of things for people to remember. So I guess don't shoot the messenger, right?
Right.
Right, okay. I think our beloved ones here do know that. So, and now I am going to be calling one who believes and knows, because we're full already we're full on this call. So just give me 1 second as I do this. So hang in there.
Hang in there. That's a good way to put it. Hang in there. Oh. Don't hit the wrong button.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and bring one who believes and knows. And here we are. Okay.
Hello?
Well, indeed. One who knows. one who believes. You are on the air with all of us
All right.
on Blog Talk Radio, and welcome.
Can you hear me all right?
Oh, we can hear you beautifully.
Oh, perfect.
So,
Okay.
yes. All
So,
right. Well, you go ahead and take over.
Okay, well, what I want to talk about today was abundance. And basically, abundance is not a quantity. It's not an amount. Abundance is not an amount. If it were a quantity, you would say, what would you say would be an abundant amount of money? Because whatever amount you say is going to turn out to be short in the long run. So abundance is not a quantity. Abundance is your ability to create. Abundance is a function, an ability, a creation, an ever-flowing quantity, not a stockpiled amount. So let's take a look at this. So, for instance, if you were to need or want $1 right now, where would you get it? Would you go to your wallet to get $1? What if you needed $100? Where would you go? What would you do? If you needed $1,000, what would you do? If you needed $100,000 or $100 million, what would you do? And of course, the answer for what you would need for $100 million is a lot different. You might think of an idea. Of course, in our case, we would be thinking about the currency. But if you only needed a few $100s, like what you'd pay rent with, then you have a different idea for that. So whatever your range is where you're thinking. And if you're thinking small, non-abundantly, then the ideas that come to mind are small. But since abundance is creation, it's ever-flowing creation, you don't need to have anything stockpiled, because from a position of abundance, you are always creating abundantly and whatever you need. So abundance is a ever-flowing amount of whatever you want whenever you want it. Now, you've been able to demonstrate for yourselves that you've been able to use this for money, because you've been able to create a lot of money that's coming your way. But abundance is not just for money. Abundance is for anything and everything, such as health. You may think that you have small health, and some people think they have small money. But what about the idea of abundant health? Because remember, meaning is what creates what's meant to be. That's what creates your fate, is meaning, what it means. So if you say you have okay health, then what does that mean? But if you say, hold it, I have abundant health, what does that mean? That means you have health beyond whatever you could have imagined. Everything is perfect. What if you have not just friends, but you have abundance of friends? They just come from everywhere. They think of you. You think of them. You change your perspective and create abundance in health and abundance in friends in the same way as you created abundance in money. Because you see, a lot of people didn't believe in abundance. You did. That's why you had currency. But I know if you're like me, there were a lot of people, I told them about this. I said, for $20 you can buy Zim and you can be a trillionaire. And they thought that was the funniest thing they'd ever heard, because they didn't believe in the abundance of money. They didn't believe that they could create that. But anybody with $20 could create that, if only they believed they could create that kind of abundance. They were thinking abundance is something out there that you have to go round up, that you have to go find. You have to find that pile of money. But no, abundance is something you create. And if only they thought that they could create something like that, they would have heard you when you said, buy the Zim. They would have said, hey, that's great. So what I'm telling you is, use your abundance function. It's not a stockpile. You don't have a pile of health somewhere. You're creating health as you go. You're creating money as you go. You're creating friends as you go. How about an abundance of longevity? How about an abundance of joy, an abundance of happiness? And here's a good one. How about abundance of time? When people think they don't have the time, it turns out they don't. When they think they don't have the money, it turns out they don't. But both can be created with your abundance function. If you say, I have an abundance of money, you think of ways to create it because that's what that means. And if you think you have an abundance of time, suddenly you have all the time to do everything you want. Suddenly you live longer. Things work out for you because that's what an abundance of time means. What's an abundance of joy and happiness means? It means in every minute, things become joyous. They become happy because joy and happiness is abundant for you. It's not scarce. It's not once in a while. It's all the time. It's abundant. So what I want you to do is I want you to think of abundance as your ability to create abundantly. You've used it for money, so you know it works. Now say, I have an abundance of time. I have joy and happiness in abundance. It's just everywhere. I've got abundance of friends. Friends I don't even know I have show up because that's what abundance is. You have an abundance of health. You're not just well. Your health is abundant and your life is abundant. And when you think of those things in the same way as you think of your abundance of money, then it just flows to you. You notice what great health you have. You notice how many friends you have. You notice how happy and joyous you are in every minute. And you notice that you have all the time you want. That time is not short because time is now also abundant. So that's what I wanted to say about abundance.
See, he is the one who believes and knows. You put that so beautifully.
Thank you.
One who believes.
One who knows and believes. You might talk about your book you have out also, how to use your God power and where to get it.
How to use your... Oh, okay. Well, how to use your God power is, thank you for that, is a book that's written on telling you that you have these God functions. You are a creator. That's what being a God is. Gods are creators. And you have the ability to create whatever you want, whenever you want it, in whatever abundance you want it. And so the thing about it is we've been taught that we don't have that. We've been taught you were born a sinner, you're incapable, you need the government, there's nothing you can do for yourself, you're puny, and that's all a lie. You are abundant, and you have the ability, frankly, if you believed it, if you knew it, you could snap your fingers and anything you wanted would literally appear before you. But you're not quite to that place, but you can be and you will be soon as we raise up in vibration. But the book basically teaches you how creation works, how resonance works, and how you can create whatever you want. In fact, the book title is called How to Use Your God Power to Get Everything You Want and Live the Life of Your Dreams. And that is available on the zoraofhollowEarth.com website. You can download the book for free and the audio book, which is 40 CDs, and they're all available there to download for free. And please download it and enjoy it.
That was just wonderful, just what we needed to hear to start off our day.
Thank you.
And I'm going to, yes, thank you. Thank you, One Who Believes. I'm going to go ahead and I have to find you again. Let's see. All right. I'll go ahead and put you on mute for now. And we're going to bring in our next wonderful guest. And this is Lorraine Eldridge. She's the one that has had a few classes with some of you called Beyond Alpha. So today she's going to be talking about a couple of topics. And the first one is going to be about a new product that has been endorsed both by us as well as Zora. And Lorraine, just quickly, and if all of you have read on the Blog Talk Radio, the reason as far as what we feel about this product is that this product is already it's been out there already. It's been used. However, this particular product, it's been reformulated. It's been formulated so that it really works so much better, and it's something that really will be helpful for people's health. So with that, Lorraine, are you with us?
I am. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, we can hear you beautifully. Thank you, Lorraine, for being on our call today.
Oh, thank you, Jane.
Yes. Oh, I was wondering if just before you begin, I did tell people that those that had taken the Beyond Alpha classes with you, that people really appreciated what you did to help people get to a place to where they can really move within their inner being and be there and find solace, find a place where they can begin to create, where people can begin to meditate, etc. So thank you for that. And I will let you go ahead. I'll let you go forward with your messages today.
Thank you. Your group has been wonderful with Beyond Alpha. I've received so many wonderful emails of gratitude, and it's been very exciting for me to see their growth and their experience. So it was a wonderful opportunity for me. It always is to share that information. And Jane, I really appreciate this opportunity today to introduce this new company with a very important wellness product. It's just an honor for me to be here with you all. And I'm very grateful to be participating in the worldwide release of what I believe is the most important personal care product for human wellness ever. The company is Prime My Body, and they're releasing for the first time ever 100% bioavailable hemp oil, rich in CBD. This CBD oil comes from a variety of the hemp plant that is referred to as industrial hemp, because this type of hemp plant is used to produce clothing and other things. This variety also has a very high amount of the CBD, which naturally occurs in our own body. Most of us are depleted in CBD. This type of hemp, referred to as industrial hemp, does not make us high like the recreational variety of the hemp plant. For many, many years, CBD has been illegal to grow or consume. CBD oil is now legal in all 50 states. When you Google CBD oil on the internet, you will see millions of results returned from your search. If you look at PubMed.com, where medical studies are published, you will see more than 24,000 medical studies on CBD. The benefits of CBD oil are well known. And now that CBD is legal in all 50 states, it is available to you. However, CBD oils are not the same. How the hemp plant is grown and processed to extract the CBD oil has a direct effect on its purity and the level of efficacy, or its availability to be utilized by our cells. There is one company who has received an exclusive right from the world-renowned chemist who has the patent on CBD extraction that makes it 100% bioavailable to our cells. This is called nano-enhanced hemp oil, meaning the molecules are tiny enough to be taken in by our cells. The chemist who's been able to achieve this is renowned in his chosen field of producing bioavailable functional foods for humans. He's been outstanding in this field for more than 20 years. This is how he chooses to be of service to humanity. He's given one company, and only one company, the worldwide exclusive rights to his 100% bioavailable CBD oil. The company is Prime My Body. Prime My Body is in a pre-launch stage, and our 100% bioavailable CBD oil has only been sold for about 13 weeks. Prime My Body came into being a couple of years ago with a few great plant-based products. The CEO, Paul Rogers, was very familiar with the plant-based functional foods industry. Mr. Rogers is well known for bringing functional foods to the market through direct marketing, the people sharing with people business model of multi-level marketing. Paul Rogers has owned functional food companies that you may have heard of, like Noni Juice and Lexus International. When Prime My Body launches in April, it will be traded on the New York Stock Exchange. I tell you this only to say that the man behind the helm at Prime My Body knows what he's doing. He understands this industry of direct sales with people-to-people sharing of a product. Paul is a spirit-driven man dedicated to bringing functional foods to the market and makes certain that the affiliates, the people who are doing this work by sharing the product, are well rewarded. I think this is important because it shows the mindset, the culture of the company, and it reveals a service to humanity mission. When CBD oil became legal in all 50 states in the U.S., Paul Rogers knew that he wanted to bring CBD oil to the world. He set off to find the very best hemp and then the very best method to process the hemp to make it available to the body to use. Well, a long story made short, Paul found the best century-old hemp-producing farms in Europe. And then through a series of godlike events, Paul met the only chemist in the world who holds the patent on the extraction process for producing CBD oil that is 100% bioavailable to our bodies to nourish our cells, to provide what is needed for balancing the body on a cellular level. You know, I know what you're probably thinking. What does it do? Or will it help with this or that? Whatever your current health challenge is right now, you're wondering, will this CBD oil help me? Because I'm not permitted to make health claims. I cannot say it is good for this or that when talking about our product. I cannot say it cures, heals, or prevents any illness or disease. Really, answer I can give you is a question. What doesn't it help with? You will need to answer that question for yourself. Please Google CBD oil and whatever you would like to address in your own state of wellness and see what comes up. I suspect hundreds of pages will pop up for just about anything you can think of. That has been my experience. Go to PubMed.com on the internet and see the more than 24,000 medical studies that have been conducted and published on CBD oil. And then remember what I have just told you, that our CBD oil, the hemp oil that Prime My Body is releasing, is pretty much unknown to the world because unlike all others, it is 100% bioavailable to us on a cellular level. It's very fast. It optimizes the mind and the body. It's faster and stronger and more effective as a nano-enhanced hemp oil. This advanced technology is really a groundbreaking liquid delivery system. Prime My Body hemp oil is applied under the tongue by a pump that is on the bottle. So you pump the right number of pumps underneath your tongue, and generally, in just a very short time, a few minutes, you're able to feel the calming effect. It really relaxes the body. It's been known to relieve discomfort within the body very quickly, and much, much more. Please research on the internet to discover what has been said regarding your own personal challenges and CBD oils. Today, I'm asking this. Those of you who like what you're hearing and are moved to learn more or join the mission and help us deliver the most important product in the history of humanity, in my opinion, I'm asking you to do your research, to visit the website through the link in the newsletter, and please look up CBD on the internet. Type in the Google search bar, CBD and heart disease, CBD and blood sugar balance, CBD and autism, CBD and brain fog, CBD and Parkinson's, CBD and Lyme disease, CBD and pain, CBD and cancer, etc., etc., whatever you can think of. That's what I did. I think you'll be shocked at what you see. Then make a decision. Do you want to experience the only CBD oil in the world that is 100% bioavailable to your cells? If you want that, you can purchase it through the link in the newsletter by becoming a retail customer. You can learn more about Prime My Body hemp oil and order it right there if you're in one of the 3 countries that we are currently serving. That's the U.S., China, and Taiwan. Soon there will be many more countries available to experience Prime My Body hemp oil. For now, it is the U.S., China, and Taiwan. And now I ask you to think about this. Do you want to be part of something truly significant and help deliver this life-changing product to humanity? This is an unprecedented opportunity for wellness and wealth. You can choose to have both. Whenever something of this magnitude is brought to the world, there is a huge financial opportunity available. You can take part in this, and you are needed to help bring this sacred oil to humanity, if you are so called. If you want to help with this spirit-driven mission to bring 100% bioavailable CBD oil to humanity, then join us. You're invited to join Prime My Body as an affiliate. Next Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, there's a special call with Dr. Lori about this oil and Prime My Body. The call is about the opportunity to be of service to humanity by sharing this oil with the world. If this is you, if you resonate with what you've heard here, then be on this call to learn more. It's on Monday, February 6th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The number is 641-715-0632 with access code 554387#. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for being you. May the blessings be.
Thank you, Lorraine. You've really hit all of the key points of this particular product. So, again, I will email everybody who is interested, at least in knowing about the product. You may not be interested now, but many of you are. And if you wish, you can listen in to this call that we have with Dr. Lori on Monday. Now, the other thing that I'd like to bring up as well is that Lorraine also has a special offer. Since we're talking about really preparing ourselves for disclosure, it is paramount and it's very imperative that we really do work on raising our vibrational frequencies besides our consciousness. And she wants to talk with you about emotional clearing. This is an important part of raising your frequency and consciousness. This is very important because we really are all about emotions. We're really all about what's going on in this world, as our emotions bring us up and down and sideways all of the time, every day, whether it's at home, whether you listen to the news, whether you're on the road, or whatever you're doing. Our emotions we're always caught up in emotions. Mm-hmm. And so how do we actually learn how to clean and clear ourselves of this so we become more balanced? So we become more grounded and centered again? Well, Lorraine is wants to share something with you if you would like to participate. Lorraine?
Thank you. Thank you. You are so right.
Thank you again.
The importance of clearing subconscious and conscious emotional trauma from our body is that it has a direct impact on our frequencies, the resonance of our body, and, of course, our wellness. We store the memory from trauma that we can't process at the time of the event. We store it. Sometimes this is because we're too young to understand it. Sometimes it's because we're too busy helping others or we're engulfed in our work. Sometimes it's because it's such a frightening event that we just bury it. Everything is energy. You've all heard that. And there's two kinds of energy in relationship to our body: coherent energy and incoherent energy. Traumatic memory is energy too. It's a waveform, and it is incoherent energy when it is stored in the memory of our cells. And this disrupts normal, healthy function on all levels, including emotional and physical. When we cannot process an emotional event, which can be just our own birth or giving birth, can be the loss of a loved one, loss of a home, a job, maybe moving away from a place we loved. It can be an operation that we had, a disagreement. It can be an accident that we were in or maybe we witnessed. It can even be a traumatic event that we just heard about. Medical experts really became aware of this when transplant recipients had memories of events or personal habits that were unknown to them but known to the organ donor. This discovery began much research into the relationship between emotion and physical health, which, oddly enough, was not recognized until recently. So when we're unable to process an emotional event upon its occurrence, we store it in cellular memory, usually in our organs, which are designed to help us process emotion. Both pleasurable and unpleasurable emotions are stored and processed by our organs. For instance, anger, unprocessed anger, is stored in the liver. Grief, unprocessed grief, is stored in the lungs, and so forth. And yet, we are self-healers. We are not designed to hold traumatic memory forever, and it can be cleared gently and effectively. And in this workshop, you will learn simple techniques to help you do that. The Emotional Clearing DNA and Beyond workshop teaches you how. During the 2 calls for this workshop, you'll learn and then practice. We will do it right there together, how to store subconscious and conscious trauma. Belief systems that can no longer serve you anymore can be cleared as well. So I invite you all to register for this workshop. The calls are recorded, so it's okay if you can't make the dates of the call. You'll have full benefit of what is shared, and you will learn how to clear traumatic memory from your body, your organs, your cells. And I know there's a link in the newsletter to register through PayPal. You'll receive a confirmation from me within 24 hours. The registration does close on the 12th. The dates for the calls are February 14th and February 21st, and they take place from 8 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I invite you to come and learn how to become clear, lighter, happier, and you will learn how to share this easily with your loved ones too. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you again, Lorraine. You are a busy woman.
Well, I'm all about
and we love you.
Empowerment, and these are important things.
So, yes. Thank you so much for being on our call today. We really appreciate all your work. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And now with that, you're welcome too. And now we have Zora, our beloved father, Father Zora.
Indeed, beloved master. Well,
the title?
The title of this call today would be termed as the forecast for humanity, for the world, for your future. Well, sit down and strap yourself in and hold on to your seats, because you're about to hear what to expect in your future. Now, understand, this is after the blessing has been released fully. And this also comes in regards to what is termed as events taking place in your world, globally. Understand, beloved masters, you have what is called the Galactic Federation, which is in orbit around your planet. And their ships are cloaked to evade what is called being seen by telescopes and things of this nature. So not to alarm the population of the Earth. And of course they are cloaked, so you cannot see them in the physical, except for the light that they give out at night, which you would term stars. Understand, ships stars will not reflect in a lake, in a clear lake, a very calm lake. However, ships will. So if you want to see ships, and you are near a very calm, very, very calm lake that seems to be extremely calm at night, look into it. And everything that blinks back is a ship. So you can see them. However, if when what is termed as a satellite, or telescope which is in space, such as the Hubble and things of this nature. Whenever they come in contact with what is called a vessel, the vessel cloaks and it is not seen. Anyway, that is irregardless. But what is pertinent to what you need to know is that your world is under observation. Observation by the Galactic Federation. Also, because of that, your world is in no threat from near-Earth objects, such as meteors, asteroids, things of this nature. We will not allow, what is termed, the Galactic Federation, will not allow any foreign body, asteroid, comet, or meteor of immense size, to do harm to your planet. That was already seen in your over the skies over Russia a few years ago, when my vessel was dispatched by Prime Creator to dispatch to obliterate an asteroid that was on course, a collision course with your planet. Now, you saw this on your YouTube, such as a meteor over Russia, and the ones that were what was called the photographers, ones that took the videos and slowed them down, they were able to catch a glimpse of an object going through the tail into the object, the approaching asteroid, and exit the front, and then it exploded, consequently bypassing the Earth entirely. So, that was a sign to you that you're not alone, that you are protected. So, and incidentally, that would have been my vessel, my ship. And how that transpired, we entered the tail, dematerialized our craft, rematerialized inside of the asteroid, turning on our force field fully, causing the asteroid to implode, to explode, and exit out the front in the same manner, dematerializing and rematerializing in front. And then that was the end of the asteroid. What you didn't know about that was your, what is called your media, played it down a bit. They said it was the size of a Volkswagen. You know what that is. Well, it was that was an exaggeration to not bring fear to the world. It was 150 miles in diameter. Had it hit your planet, we would not be having this conversation. So, it was obliterated. And so you can understand that we are very concerned for your welfare. Now, that being said, the future of the world is very bright, and many gifts are going to be given upon you in your future, such as free energy devices that have been hidden or have been shelved by the former government, and people who are inventors will not be arrested and prosecuted and things of this nature. So the technology will be brought forth and able to be brought forth without fear of being arrested. And these technologies would include what is called the free energy devices, enabling your vessel, your vehicles and your vessels to completely eliminate fossil fuels, because there's no need to use fossil fuels anyway. They just poison your atmosphere. But these technologies that are coming forth, that have been out, they have just been hidden from you, from those that wish to make profit from it. Much of what is called Tesla technology has been hidden or put upon a shelf to collect dust. And the reason for that was because it could not be made profitable for those in the powers that wish to be. So many of the devices that Tesla brought forth have been put away and not shown to the public. That is also going to be released. All of those patents, all of those devices are going to be taken off the shelf and put into reality. Yes.
So when we talk about Zora, since we're talking about all of these new technologies that are going to be coming out,
new to you, but it's
right.
not new to us.
So, presently we're confronted with chemtrails and, the radiation still. And could you speak on that in terms of the future? And then maybe talk about what types of diet will we have in the future? So maybe those two things. And then, of course, maybe a little bit about the governments, how those will change. So go ahead, Zora. Thank you.
Indeed. She keeps me on track, so to speak. Anyway, so yes, when it comes to what is termed as your chemtrails, I have mentioned this before, but it doesn't seem to be what is called sinking into your crowns, your crown chakras, or your brains, as you term them. And that is this. Chemtrails are not white. What you are seeing in your skies are chemtrails. There's a difference. The difference is that what is called chemtrails are a cream color or an off-white. They're not white. And therefore, all of these lines in the sky are not chemtrails. They are chemtrails. Jet fuel being dispersed on the tail of these jets. In the past, what is termed as recent as a couple years, you were able to see a cream-colored trail coming from the back of a jet, and that was a chemtrail. Notice there's a significant difference between a chemtrail and a contrail. The chemtrails have been neutralized as they exit out of the aircraft in recent times, and that is being done daily. Which is called, we have vessels that follow a jet that goes up and starts to dispense what is termed as a chemtrail, and as soon as it exits the aircraft, it is neutralized, turned into a chemtrail. So the poisons that were being dispersed into your atmosphere are not being dispersed anymore. And the poisons that you are experiencing, or what is termed sicknesses and things of this nature, are from the residue, from the other chemtrails that have been dropped and sprayed upon you. And they have gone into the soil, and they have been absorbed by crops and things of this nature, and have grown up, and you have purchased the crops in the stores, unbeknownst to you, and you have been partaking of these chemicals that were dispersed in the past, and they are coming up in the form of crops. So that is what you are consuming, and therefore you are getting sickly. But also, another reason you are becoming sickly is because you are eating foods from out of your region. Understand, you have your time zones. Those are termed regions. You have the Alaskan region, Alaska, Aleutian Islands. Then you have what is termed the Pacific time zone. Then you have the mountain time zone. Then you have the central time zone. Then you have the eastern time zone and the Atlantic time zone. Those are regions. And when you partake of food out of your region. If you're in, say, you are in Atlantic time zone and you are partaking food from the West Coast, you are taking into your being, what is termed as attitude and feelings and things of this nature of the people that packaged these foods that you are consuming. And they, depending upon what they were thinking or having difficulty with that day, has been infused into the product in which they are packaging, and it is sent forth. So you are partaking of the attitudes and thoughts and feelings, emotion, if you will, of the beings that were packaging these foods, and then you partake of them. You put them in your pots and you cook them, but you do not cook out what is termed the emotions. The energy. So you are absorbing all of this bad energy, as is so termed, into your being, and that makes your body sickly. So if you were to partake of foods that are packaged and processed and things of this on the East Coast in your region, you would be much better off. And also, understand, now I'm going to go into the area of what is termed meats, because understand the creatures that are being slaughtered in what is called the slaughterhouses before they are packaged and sent out. Understand, you are experiencing the emotion of that animal before it was slaughtered, the pain it went through, and what is termed, and the emotion it went through. And so you are eating these packaged meats from out of your region, or even in your region for that matter. But it is meats, precisely meats, such as chicken and pork and beef and fish. Any foods that have a face upon it has a soul. So you are consuming the soul of that being, of that creature. So you are experiencing the emotion it went through when it was processed to become food for your tables. You are experiencing the pain they went through. You are experiencing the emotion they went through when they were slaughtered to become on your table. So you are partaking of that when you consume them. So think of this when next time you go to shop for a meat. Think of what that creature went through before it was in the store. And that is what you're consuming. That is what is making your body sickly. Now, in the future, there's not going to be meat as a diet. You will be eating fruits and vegetables, which there are several fruits and vegetables that have the same nutrients as beef, the same nutrients as pork, as fish. And all of this is in the plant. So you can consume the plant, all types of plants, and you will get the same dosage of nutrients daily that you would if you had a steak or a chicken or a turkey or whatever. So you must understand that you beings upon the earth You were meant not to eat meat. Not even the Tyrannosaurus Rex was a meat eater. That is surprising for many of you, isn't it? They have proved this precisely from a carcass of what is termed as a Tyrannosaurus Rex that was uncovered in Siberia. And they thawed out the meat, the carcass, and they x-rayed it. And they found, and when they cut it open, they found vegetable trees, vegetation in the belly of this creature. So that proved precisely that it was a plant eater, not a meat eater. No dinosaur was ever a meat eater, not even your Velociraptor.
Zora?
Yes.
As far as the plants that we can eat,
Indeed.
So much of the, like the corn, for example, and we have all kinds of products also that come from different regions of the world,
Indeed.
in the Far East, in South America, Mexico, wherever they're coming from. And we don't know the actual, it's sometimes so difficult to be able to purchase organic because we know organic is at least free of GMOs. So what is the solution there then?
All right. Well, you have what is termed a technique that you learned in the past called purification. The technique is simple. You simply, depending upon which hemisphere you reside in, below the equator or above it, there is a practice that you can, a technique that you can administer to your foods, and you will purify them completely by removing all impurities from the whatever you're eating or drinking with your own power, your own God power. I'm going to explain to you how this is done. It is a simple technique and it works every time. So all of you out there, if you have a fruit such as an orange or an apple or whatever, get one, and cut it or peel it, whichever you desire, and take out one portion of it and consume it, and notice the flavor that it has. And then we're going to do what is termed as to after you have done this, or if you just have water will work as well. But it is more pronounced if you use what is termed as an orange or an apple or strawberries or whatever, because you're going to significantly know there's a difference in this technique. How it is done is you place the object that you are going to purify on the table in front of you, and you take your right hand like you're going to do a karate chop on the table, on the right side of your fruit or your water or your juice or whatever you have in front of you, and you take your left hand and you join your last 3 fingertips with your thumb tip, index finger outward, bring the back of your hand down on the table on the left side of your fruit or your drink or whatever you have in front of you. Tilt your wrist a bit to where your vortex that goes underneath your thumb is going through the object or the fruit or the water in front of you, going through the object into the palm of the right hand. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it is the opposite. Now, so you can put it up there. And leave it there in that position for at least 2 minutes. And after you have done this, retaste either the fruit or the water or whatever you have that you are purifying, and you will notice a difference in the flavor. If it's water, it will taste more like spring water, no matter what kind of water it was, whether it came out of a well or whether it came out of a purified water, as you term it. Even Kagan water can be purified. So this is how it is done. And for the people down under, you would be the opposite. You would take the last three fingertips of your right hand and index finger out, and bring the hand flat on the table, the back of the hand, and the left hand would be the side of the right. Left hand would be on the left side of the what is called the whatever you are eating or drinking, and leave it there for 2 minutes, and you would realize that there was a difference in the flavor, especially with oranges. Oranges are a good test because they have a citrus flavor. Some are tangy, some are a little sour, but after you have done this, they will be sweet, sweeter than you have ever tasted before. And what you have done, you have purified them. You have taken all the impurities out of it, and everything that is good remains. Everything that is bad is gone. Same thing with these vegetables that your corn and things of this nature that have GMO in them. You can eliminate the effects of the GMO with this purification technique.
Thanks, Zora. Remember that we are 99.9999 etc. percent energy, and we are only 0.00000001 after all those zeros, and then a one particle.
Indeed.
So energy is really everything. So when Zora speaks about whether it's meat, whether it's vegetables or whatever, it's always wise to perform your healing technique to, purify it, as well as to enhance the properties of the good things within that we eat. So in the future, we won't even have to worry about that. So talking a little bit more about the future, so what do you see perhaps probably right now, maybe tell us a little bit more about, Trump. We know that he's doing all kinds of, he's very, very aggressive out there in terms of what he's doing. And, we find that a lot of what he's doing is not on the right path. We're hoping that maybe he was going to help move things forward in a positive direction. However, it looks like what he's implementing is rather drastic, dramatic, and negative in many ways. So tell us a little bit about, we can't control him, but we will be sending him some love energies to help him. So, because if we know everything is energy, we can help to perhaps move into his subconscious and in his heart mind to move in a different direction than what he is doing presently. But in regards to now, what do you foresee? How long do you foresee? And what is he going to be implementing that will be positive for all of us, Zora, before he leaves? Oh, you better talk about that first, Zora.
Before he leaves.
Yeah, because people still think he's going to be around.
Well, he is around presently because he is playing a part, just as everyone is playing a part. But in government, a part can be what is called very controversial. But also, what I see in the future is him not in office. That is what I see for the future. There will be another that will be coming after him. and that will be what is termed the new, what is called leader, as you term it, or the office of president when he leaves his position. He knew from the beginning, he knew he was to play a part. And this was even before the election, before his election. He knew he was to be playing a part. Not the whole game, but a part of it. And so he will not fulfill the 4-year term as president. He will not even be half of that. So even 2 years. But he will implement things that is going to bring about a new health care system, which is supposed to be beneficial for all involved. Presently, he has created an uproar in what is called religious sectors when it comes to what is termed the travel ban that has been imposed upon the Middle Eastern countries or Muslim believing countries to prevent them from coming into America. He did what was termed as step a bit out of bounds when he did that to a degree.
What is he responsible for?
Mm-hmm.
What is he responsible for bringing about?
Well, he will be responsible for bringing about the announcement of disclosure and the Nasara and Gesara and the Saint Germain Trust. He will be announcing this too. So,
and GCR.
And the GCR, Global Currency Reset. He will also be announcing this as well. So he does have a part to play. And what you can do is send forth your love to him. Send forth your love vibrations to him. Do not judge him. Do not condemn him. Just send forth your love to him. Just as you did with Obama. Just as you have done with many others. Always show love and compassion to those that seem to do you harm. And they will change their attitudes. They will change their way of thinking because they will be infused with the love and compassion from all of the light workers who are listening to this call or will listen to the call. And you will be sending forth a love vibration, love pulse, if you will, into Trump, so to alter his way of thinking. And if all of you do that all at once, he is going to get a jolt of love.
We could do that right now.
You could.
Let's do that, Zora.
Why don't all of you do what is termed is to rub your hands together and then point the palm of both hands toward the direction of Washington, D.C. and send forth a love pulse toward Trump and his cabinet so they will make the right decisions pertaining to the governing of the country. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, receive, Trump. I had to throw that in there. Anyway, so do send forth your energy through the palms of your hands in a directive pulse toward Washington, D.C. If you are in Washington, D.C., and you can do this, go to where you can see the White House and rub your hands together, place both hands facing toward the White House, and do it there.
So we are sending our
endless love to Trump
and his cabinet
and decision makers that are in a government presently that are doing what they're doing, so that it will be changed. That the ideas that he put forth when he did the ban will be dispersed, done away with.
And to bring
forth love and peace to the world, to the nation. So it is done. Now, how many felt joy overwhelming when you did that? I know I did. I know Quasar did. But you felt a release of energy going from your hands directly directed to your President Trump. But also be reminded that President Trump is only the president of USA Inc. or the District of Columbia.
So a couple of questions then while we were talking about Trump.
Indeed.
Perhaps maybe you could tell us a little bit more about what is going on with the Republic and the RV.
You always bring up the RV. It need not be brought up.
Isn't this part of it?
In a sense it is. But when you mention the RV, people begin to roll their eyes. They begin to go, oh, here we go again. And no. I will say this. The RV is in the process of coming out. And even as we speak. And the 800 numbers also are in the process of being released. Now, you're going to ask for a time. I will not give a time. I will not give a date. You know what happened last time I did that? No, I will not do this again. No. So, but when it comes to what is termed your blessing, it will be at a time you least expect it to occur. And that is the way it will come. Mm. So, stop thinking about it. Stop expecting it.
No, you have it already.
You have it already. And know that you have it already. That is the mindset you must adopt. One of already receiving. What I mean by that is to go out and look at a new house, a new car, and what is termed a project that you are planning. Right now you just have it written down, but start doing things such as finding locations for your project, doing what is termed as going through the motions of actually doing what you will be doing when you receive your blessing. This gives the universe what is termed the go-ahead to go ahead and to manifest what your desire is. So it comes into what is termed manifestation. So go out and begin to tentatively go out and begin your projects. Go through the motions of preparing for your project to start. So don't just sit back and wait for it to be in your hands and then you jump on your project. Begin to make preparations for your project. go through all of the motions you need to go through prior to receiving the blessing, as if it has already occurred.
So, the other question, thank you again, Zora, since we are talking about the forecast for our future.
Indeed.
Excuse me. If you could fast forward 30 years from now.
30 years?
Well, all right, 50 years from now. Tell us what you see on our planet.
I will. I see on your planet a forest, or if you will, a jungle. What once was a thriving, what is termed metropolis, is a jungle. All the, what is termed structures, such as man-made structures, are gone. And I see the population living inside the earth. There is a Garden of Eden on the surface. There are no, what is termed, desolate areas. The foliage is vibrant. The fruits and vegetables are vibrant. But the population does not reside on the surface. The population of planet Earth will be residing in hollow earth. Understand, hollow earth has more than enough land to encompass the entire population of planet Earth. So, that is what I see for your 30 years from now. Is that sufficient?
Well, I was kind of thinking that perhaps we may, many of us might still be here working on our projects.
Understand, you're speaking of after gathering.
Oh, this is already after gathering.
Of course.
Folks. So gathering.
When the planet has expanded.
Oh, and that's at least 30 years from now, Zora?
It would be well into that, yes.
Wow, okay.
So you're speaking of, when you say 30 years from now, you are speaking after the re-terraformation of the planet. Already.
Disclosure would be completely finished as well.
Of course.
And what about ascension then?
Well, then
that will be. After ascension.
Of course. You will have what is termed creatures on the surface of the earth, such as your lions and your bears and your tigers, and what is termed your wildlife will be on the surface, frolicking around. You will even have unicorns. But so then people in the interior of the world, in the hollow of the world, you will be experiencing joy beyond measure, harmony that will surpass all understanding. And you will also be in full sixth dimension.
You will be.
Yes. Everyone will be in full sixth dimension.
When we go.
Because right now, presently, hollow earth is in sixth dimension.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go into hollow earth, you will immediately be transformed into sixth dimension. So the future, I'm speaking of the near future of planet Earth, I see new technology coming forth. I see what is termed as abundance, not just in monetarily, but abundance of life, abundance of joy, abundance of happiness, abundance of whatever. So I also see no governments per se.
Who's in charge then, Zora? Who's in charge if there are no governments?
Prime Creator. That kind of sums it up. He will be the one in charge. You will not have what you call governments, as you term them now. There will be no borders. There will be no separation of peoples. There will be no, what is termed, no reasons for fights, no reasons for wars, because everything will be held in common and everyone will have all that they need. And that is the future I see for planet Earth.
And you see that in the foreseeable future.
I do indeed.
That's tremendous. That's wonderful. How beautiful that is.
Indeed it is.
And, we haven't spoken of...
You have many people out there who are inventors. And I implore all of you that are in secret inventing things, come out into the open. Bring forth your inventions, ones that are going to benefit mankind. Feel free to do so, because you will not be prosecuted for it. Bring forth your free energy devices. They will be accepted. They will be you will be able to bring them forth. After you receive your blessing, you are going to have more than abundant of funds to bring forth your inventions of prosperity, inventions of new energy sources. All of this is going to be accepted and commonplace on the surface of the earth. You are no longer going to be concerned about what is termed intergalactic travel, because you will be well taken care of on the earth. You will have no reason to leave. Except when the gathering comes.
Well, I thought that most of us are looking forward to going to our star systems from where we came from.
I understand this. And at the time of gathering, you will.
Oh, at the time of gathering?
Of course.
Oh.
When that happens, when gathering occurs, it will come about in this manner. First, you will have your disclosure, and after disclosure, then the world will change in many ways for the benefit of humankind. And your teaching in your facilities of learning, schools of learning, will advance by leaps and bounds in areas of creativity, in areas of science, in areas of medical. All of these are going to be advanced dramatically. There will be no need for doctors and hospitals and things of that nature, because everyone will be whole and healed. So there won't be any need for hospital facilities and doctors and things of that nature, because you will have realized by that time that you are the healers. It will have finally sunk in that you are all healers, and you are gods and goddesses, and you will know this beyond any doubt. This is also what I foresee in the foreseeable future.
We haven't spoken of Sananda Jesus and Ashtar, so in the foreseeable future, will our masters, the divine masters from on high, will they be on the surface with us?
Sananda Jesus will, yes. Sananda Jesus Sananda, he will be walking on the earth. You will be able to talk with him, communicate with him, and learn from him. He has been on the surface several times. So, would you term the second coming? He He's been here multiple times, so he's not just a second coming. He's coming a lot.
So he will be coming down at disclosure. Is that correct?
He will indeed. And so will Prime Creator. Prime Creator will be walking in the flesh, in form, in flesh as well. So you will be able to communicate with that one too.
Wow. Both of them are coming down to our little blue earth.
Indeed.
That is completely amazing.
Indeed.
We all look forward to that, Zora. And, of course, you will be here as well.
Yes, you will even see my physical form, 15 foot tall. Or taller.
Okay. All right, everyone. Well, that's a lot to take in and to digest for a little while. I have a feeling that Zaraya would like to come through.
Absolutely.
So hold on one second.
Indeed.
I'll have Zora speak with you.
Yes, I will continue to talk until my beloved twin flame comes. Anyway, so beloved masters, give forth love and nothing but love. Whenever you speak, do not never ever speak words to harm someone else. If you are dabbling in what is termed in the craft, as was spoken before, do it according to the benefit of mankind, not to hurt them. Do nothing to hurt your fellow man. Do away with your prejudice. Do away with your what is called your hatred for others. Do away with your programming that you have been programmed with that causes you to disagree with another nation or another people. Bring back what is termed your humanity and share it with others. Share your knowledge that you are receiving now. Share the wondrous technique of purification with your fellow man, with everyone you come in contact with. Whenever you go out into the highways and the byways or the restaurants or wherever you go out to enjoy a meal, share with the people that are bringing you the food. Share with them the healing and the purification technique. Teach it to them. Teach it to your children, and your children will teach it to their friends and their schoolmates. And the more that this technique is taught, the more people will believe and know that they are gods and goddesses.
Indeed.
And here is my beloved.
Thank you, beloved.
Indeed.
That was beautiful.
Indeed.
Hello, beloved masters, beloved children. As we see from on high that you are moving very well towards the great event. When I talk of event, the great event really is the final event. This is your ascension. Prior to being in that ascension time, you will be experiencing disclosure very soon, as your President Trump will be disclosing this event. So it is time, all of you light workers, all of you that are listening, prepare yourselves, prepare humanity for this event that is within reach. And how do you do this, you say? Today you have been talking about energy. It's all about the love energy. This is the love energy of abundance. This is the energy of clearing and cleansing. This is the energy that will reach all of those that are on our surface, as well as the love energies that are coming forth from the heavens and from within the hollow of your earth. Be this love in all that you do going forward. Be this love in all that you are manifesting now, for your well-being as well as for the well-being of humanity, for the well-being of all of your beloved creatures on your planet, for all of the beloved plants and animals as well. For you may not be in the manufacturing of all of the goods that come to you. But if you send forth this love on a daily basis to cover your earth and into all of the plants and animals and beings that are upon your earth, they will receive it, so that when you receive perhaps the vegetables and the strawberries and all of those fruits and things that you eat, when they come to you then, it will already have been transformed. For you understand that even from where you sit, you can do great works of love from where you are. You do not have to be sitting in the cabinet of Trump, or you do not have to be in wherever else to try to bring forth peace in Iraq, in the Middle East, in the Far East, or wherever it is. You can do this beautiful work from where you are. You'll do this by going within. This is where you begin to heal yourself. This is also where you can begin to heal the world, to bring forth this disclosure. Now, on a different note, you can do things as well externally. For once you can go in to heal yourself, and now you can bring forth that love to others. Very simply, you are magnificent beings. Do not forget this. You are only love. This is where you are. This is from whence you come from as well. Take the time today to call a friend, to call a loved one, and tell them you love them. Go outside and be out, whether you go to Walmart, whether you go to Macy's or wherever. Just you are walking about with others. You are sending forth, with intention, send forth your love. Send forth your love when you smile at strangers. Send forth your love if you can give to the homeless, whether it's a quarter or $1 or even more. It matters not. Go out and hug a tree and tell them you love it. That message goes to its roots, which sends forth that love to all the other trees and to all the other plants that feel it. This is how powerful you are. This is the time for you to raise the vibration and consciousness and frequency. This is how you can bring forth disclosure now. This is how you can bring forth your RV or your 800 numbers now. You do not have to be distracted with the news. Remember when you were a child, when you wanted that bike or that special doll? That is the only thing you were concerned about. It mattered not what was going on in the room. It mattered not what mother and father were talking about in terms of, where are we going to, how are we going to make more money? This mattered not to you. The only thing you were concerned about was your doll or your bicycle. That was what you wanted. And you put all of your efforts towards this, all of your energies towards this, so that when it was your birthday, when it was Christmas, when it was Hanukkah, whenever it was, it came forth. Because this is what you wished. This is what you desired. This is what you wanted so much. And nothing else mattered. This is the same as you bring forth what you want now. You want disclosure now. You want ascension now. Do not be distracted from anything else. For when you know that this is what you want, this is where all your energies go. You want to be in full fifth dimension. You want to be in hollow earth. You want to be reunited with your loved ones from whatever galaxy you came from. Be one focused for now on your beloved Sarah. Bring forth the highest energies to bring forth that which you desire. And that, for now, is disclosure and your ascension, is it not? These will come about only through the purity of your heart, only through the love that you send out from your wonderful, beautiful heart, your heart-mind, for those are one. You are at the helm, beloveds. You have always been. You are in charge. So be it.
That was quite a mouthful. Indeed. One other thing I would like to mention, when it comes to your heart, it is not just an organ. In reality, your heart is your mind. That is quite perplexing to what is called many peoples out there when I mention heart-mind. Understand in the past, in your medical field, they attempted to do what was termed as transplant a heart or artificial heart, mechanical. But the recipients did not survive who received a mechanical heart. Why? Because there was no feeling, no emotion. The emotion is part of you. And when you remove that organ, the heart, you remove the emotion. So, naturally, they were not able to survive for very long on artificial heart. But then they did what was termed as transplant a heart from another, a donor. Understand, people who have received a new heart from a donor have taken on the characteristics of that donor, such as the ability to play a piano, when they have never touched one. Ability of singing when they have never sung. Or abilities of becoming what is called a mathematician when they have never studied. Why is it that these occurrences occur? Because they have received the mind of the donor. Understand, the brain that is between your ears is what is known as a vault of knowledge, like a safe of knowledge. That is its purpose. The heart is the mind. The heart is your thinking processes, what is termed as, there's more neurological, what is called, what do you term those in the heart or the brain?
Neurons?
There's more thinking capacity in the heart than there could ever be in the brain. Indeed. So, in other words, your marbles are in your chest. That's a simple way to put it. So, when a person, their heart fails, then their mind fails. Because there is a separation that takes place. When a heart is diseased or is stricken, then the mind, the brain between the ears also becomes dormant as well. The separation, there is what is termed as I term it as a passageway between the heart mind and the brain stem. When that becomes clogged or becomes separated or severed, then you experience such things such as Alzheimer's, loss of memory, things of this nature, because it's a separation between the heart and the mind. When we do what is termed as a healing for people's, for their memory, what we are doing, we are reconnecting or reestablishing contact between the heart mind and the vault of knowledge. When that is done, then people begin to recollect, recall, or remember. And when I now want to speak a little bit about this product that was spoken of in the beginning, known as what is called hemp oil. It will, and I can say this because I am not what is called under the jurisdiction of the laws of your world. It will go directly to where it is needed most in your body, just as soul does, just as core does. It will address all areas of your body that need repair. Hemp is used extensively in Hollow Earth for the purpose of construction or building homes, structures, clothing, which she termed as industrial hemp, is used for the manufacture of goods and things of this nature. So hemp is very good for your body as well. The hemp oil goes into your body and it goes directly to where it's needed. Likewise, soul does the same. So does core put out through Rain International. Prime My Body, I endorse it because it is using the essence of healing as well. The hemp oil going into the body. It will assist in the healing of all areas that are in need of healing. Will it heal? Yes, it will. Will soul heal? Yes, it will. Will core heal? Yes, it will. And I can say it because I do not fall under the compliance rule.
Okay, Zora. We don't want to get you into trouble.
You cannot get me into trouble.
Okay. All right. I think with that, perhaps before we do questions and answers, Zora.
A healing pulse?
Yes, let's do a quick healing pulse for everyone in general.
Indeed.
Okay. Here you go.
All right. If you're wearing glasses, remove them. If you had to be mind quasar. Anyway, if you're wearing glasses, remove them. If you're wearing hearing aids, turn them down because you're going to need to turn them down afterward anyway. You have what is termed as those that are on oxygen. Do not stop the oxygen. Just
don't stop it, sir.
Don't stop the oxygen. Of course not. But when you are healed, then you will have no more need for it. Anyway, but presently, continue using your oxygen. But anyway, we are going to address that directly. Anyway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3. Ignore that 90s, the countdown there. It doesn't mean anything. Anyway. The energy is entering through your heart mind, into your heart mind. It's spreading upward into the area of the crown chakra, spreading outward into the inner ear area and behind the optical nerves of the eyes. The energy is spreading, and you're feeling a tingling sensation behind your optical nerves. You are feeling a tingling sensation within your inner ear. Those who have what is called the absence of what is termed as an eardrum, you're feeling a popping sound coming that is occurring around your inner ear area, because what is happening is that the eardrum is beginning to reform, recreate, or to create. So, and people who are experiencing vision issues, such as macular degeneration, that is stopped as of now. Your eyes are clearing. Due to cataracts and glaucoma, your eyes are beginning to clear, and you're beginning to see much clearer. There will be evidence of this when you go into the laboratory, wash out your eyes, and you will see dark specks in the bottom of the sink. That will be your outward knowingness that the glaucoma and the cataracts are gone. And so those of you who have experienced that issue, and you notice a difference in your sight, then go in and wash out your eyes and see if there's anything in the bottom of the sink. And if there is, then you have your proof that it is done. And then people who have the issue with the ears, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, receive. And I want you out there who are experiencing the hearing issues, count from 5 to 1 and say, I receive. And then you say, from the God or goddess of my being, my ears are back to normal. I hear perfectly, and I need no hearing aids. Some are beginning to hear a squealing sound in their ear hearing aids. Turn them down. Turn them down. Keep turning them down, and the squealing will stop. And then you will find that you can hear without them. Those who are on oxygen, your passageways are clear. Your nostrils are opened. Your breathing passageways have been cleared, and you can breathe again. Take 3 deep breaths and feel the difference in your breathing capacity. It has improved. To show what I'm speaking of, remove the tubes from your nose and allow yourself to breathe. Notice that your breath has returned to normal. You can breathe normally without any need for your oxygen tanks. But continue to do so until your doctor has checked you out and confirmed that this is so. And then remove that crutch that you have been using all of this time, because you are healers. You are the healers. We are just showing you how to heal. We are showing you that you have the capacity to heal, and you do. Remember, you are gods and goddesses, and you have the ability to heal one another, and you have the ability to heal yourselves. We are giving you instruction on how to do this. By counting from 5 to 1, you are awakening the God or goddess within you, and you are giving notice to them that you want healing. And they will act accordingly and heal your body. That is what is happening now within you. Now, the energy is dropping downward into your Adam's apple, voice box, or what is termed as your esophagus, and what is termed as your neck, and what is termed as your mouth, your upper and lower palate. If you're having issues with your gums, that the pain has stopped. If you're having issues with your teeth, the pain has stopped. That does not mean you do not need to go to a dentist. Go ahead and go to a dentist, have them recheck your mouth, your teeth, and to verify that your gums are normal and no longer in pain, no longer having to use what is called creams and things of this nature to alleviate the pain that was in your gums, what is no longer there. When you rub your hands together and place one on each side of your mouth, you will immediately feel relief. It will take away any pain in your mouth. Do this, and you will experience the healing power of your God self or goddess self. Now, the energy is now dropping downward into what is termed into the chest area, into the lungs, into what is termed as in the case of men, the pecs, in the case of women, the breast. All what is termed any affliction that is in the breast, such as breast cancer, is gone. Both men and women. The cancer is gone. Go ahead and feel. The lump is gone. And your breathing capacity has increased to that of a normal, healthy man or woman, and your breathing capacity has returned. Your airways, your air passageways are clear. So be it. Now, also, all of you out there that are experiencing issues with your heart, take 3 deep breaths, and on your 3rd breath, you shall receive a renewed heart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Receive a new heart or renewed heart.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I receive.
Indeed. And you have. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Now, the energy is dropping downward into what is termed below, into your stomach, into your prostate, reproductive area, such as your digestive system, small and large intestines has now been cleared. Your liver and kidneys have been cleared and cleaned, and your colon is completely cleared out. There is no need to have a colon cleanse.
Pancreas also?
Pancreas, yes, prostate, all of this is all being rectified. Those who have a enlarged prostate, you rub your hands together, place one on the front of your body, one in the back of your body, and count from 5 to 1. Say, I receive from the God or goddess, from the God of my being, my prostate is back to normal size, no longer oversized. And that is done. In the case of women, what is termed as your ovaries, uterus, and cervical, is it? Cervical, yes, is all healed. No more need for issues there. And also, I will also speak out to be precautionary when it comes to what is termed as relations, because those who have what is called the tubes for having children have been restored. Be careful. So, when healing takes place, everything that has been changed medically is no longer valid. So, those who have had their tubes tied, be aware that you may conceive. So, so be very careful when you have relations. Anyway, so and because when the healing takes place, it's total healing, and all of that is rectified. So be aware that if you are desiring to have children, even after you have had your tubes tied, as you term it, it is possible to occur because of the healing that is taking place presently. So I will let my beloved continue.
Indeed.
Do reconfirm what I just said.
So, as we send this energy, this healing energy, send forth this energy as well into all of the, not only the reproductive areas, but also into your spinal column, so there is no more scoliosis, so to speak.
No curvature of the spine.
No pain in the lower or upper back. No more aches and pains in the entire body. Send forth your healing to those areas that are painful, and say to yourself, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, receive.
I receive.
I receive. And feel this energy, this powerful energy of this white light of love go into this area and see it disappear. And then move your shoulders, move your hips and your knees. No more pain. No more pain. Let this energy go down towards your buttocks, down your thighs, to your knees. Anyone who has arthritis, anyone who has in need of healing because of pain, we send forth this love energy to those areas and see the pain dissolve completely.
Indeed.
You are gods and goddesses.
Indeed.
It is done. Bring forth the energy now from your knees, down your shins, and the muscles in the calves, into your ankle area. Send forth from there, no more pain, no more swelling, all the way down to your toes. No more pain, no more pain in your heels, no more pains in your feet, no more swelling.
Or in
It
your
is
arches.
done. You are completely healed of anything else that we have perhaps not verbalized. Your entire body, physically, is completely healed, and you know it. And you say to yourself, and I know this to be truth. And my body is healed. This body that I am borrowing is healed. And now go forth from your physical body to your other bodies. You have what you call an etheric body. You have a mental body, an emotional body. You have a spiritual body. These are on top of your physical body. Let's
They are healed too.
send forth 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Receive. These bodies are now healed as well. So be it. We are done. And now it is time for questions.
Indeed.
It is hard to do this sometimes.
Not hard at all.
All right. So now we shall go to, Quasar is not quite here.
Well, you may stay.
We shall go to someone in 909, ending in 5996. We are opening your lines.
Yes, this is Matthew from Las Vegas.
And, Matthew is from Vegas.
Indeed.
You are on the
How are
line.
you both today?
We are wonderful. How be you?
Good, very good. Thank you, Zora. You know, Zora, for both of you, but Zora, I just wanted to take this opportunity really just to thank you, because I know in the big picture you take care of the big things, and I was going to ask you to continue that with all the other masters, to keep taking care of the big things and leaving the little things to us, just because we're still growing in our learning. So I just appreciate all your guidance
Indeed.
and help. And I even with the importance of all that, I had a question about the RV, if it's okay. I wanted to ask. We're, like I told you before, we're prepared. We have LLCs prepared and everything ready. And we're considering, because there's such a large circle of us, if a few of us should go in together as a group with the projects because we plan on working together, or if sometimes it's better to go as individuals also.
Indeed.
Maybe we could have one who believes. Can I open his line up also?
Of course.
Okay. He is on the line.
Hello.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can assist in the answer to his question.
Yes, I can. Interestingly, the new idea of what's going to be done is called the blank check. And what that entails is they take into consideration what your total project is going to be. And then whatever amount of currency you have, they work it out where you end up with a rate that matches your total project. So it may be better for you each to go in with that project, and therefore you will each have smaller amounts of currency on your own, and you would be able to get a larger rate because the project is yours on your own. Whereas if you went together, then to reach that total project target, you would be getting lower rates because you have more currency to work with. So it may be better for you to work as individuals with the same project in mind, because you will get a better rate if you have less currency to start with to reach that project. That's the way I understand it.
Okay. Yeah, because we compiled paperwork together, but honestly, there's a group of it's 14 of us, and we're planning to go in. I mean, we just have different packets of paperwork, so we were wondering. They're very similar to projects, but they're very large.
Well,
I appreciate
situation is that entire project, any one of you could launch it. You wouldn't have to do it together, because whatever other money you have that would be outside of what you have will definitely come to you. So any one person could have that one huge idea and literally launch it. So you don't have to have a bunch of people. You can have, each one of you can claim that project as being your target, and then afterwards you can blend your money and contribute different parts of it. But you'll have a lot more to work with.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
The way I understand it. Mm-hmm.
We are done.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Matthew. All right. I will, put you on mute, and we shall go to individual 401 ending in 7419. 7419. Are you here?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Can you tell us who you are and where you're calling from, dear?
My name is Robin, and I'm calling from Rhode Island.
Oh, wonderful. Welcome.
Indeed.
Thank
and
you.
how do you, beloved master?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm just giving out as much love as I can, and just waiting to watch everything happen and unfold before us, really.
And what is your question?
I do have a question. I am a Reiki healer and stuff. One of the things that that I kind of have a question about is autoimmune disease, and where would you concentrate on the body for healing autoimmune diseases like fibromyalgia and so many other really horrible autoimmune diseases?
Well, first of all, when you're talking about autoimmune disease, it actually affects the entire body. So,
yes,
like
I'm aware of that. Yeah.
Right. So
well,
when you want, go ahead.
Sorry. Personally, myself, I have fibromyalgia. I have celiac disease. I have genetic autoimmune liver disease. So I totally understand it. It kind of covers everything. Once you get one kind of thing in one spot, it spreads everywhere. But I was just curious because there really isn't a true understanding of where the autoimmune, where it really started, and whether it's in your nervous system or whether it comes from your brain or whether it's in your gut or exactly. Nobody has a full understanding of where it comes from and that sort of thing. So I was just curious, as for healing purposes, if there was a spot, whether it be brain, wherever, that I would concentrate the healing energy.
I've got a thought on this. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just going to mention a couple of things, but go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say that.
Go ahead.
Thank you. You'd have to realize that anything you have, any kind of a disease or ailment or situation, is something that you have agreed to, because you are the sole, you have the sole right and autonomy over your body, what you will have and what you don't have. You may not realize that you agreed to it, but there's nothing that can exist in your experience that you haven't co-signed. And so the reason why healing generally is directed to the place that it's at, that's because that's where it's represented for you. But in reality, any kind of ailments you have are mind created, mind allowed. And so in your case, I would say concentrate on your heart mind, because that's the place that you have agreed to allow this experience to happen, and that's the place that you no longer agree to have it.
Okay, that sounds perfect. I totally understand. We sign up for what we get, and when I first figured that out, I was rather dumbfounded. Like, why would I choose that? But all of my life experiences have brought me to who I am today, and have allowed me to have the compassion that I can for other people, and a knowing and an understanding, so that I can be that and be able to understand where other people are coming from, and be able to, give the love and the compassion for it.
I could feel that.
So
here's Zora.
So,
say a few words.
Beloved Master, also what comes into play is what is known as the law of attraction. Understand, when you say I have this or I have that, you have that because you are attracting it unto yourself.
True.
Yes, but also remember what you think, you create. So when you say I have fibromyalgia or autoimmune system disorder, when you say this, by the law of attraction, you are receiving it. So you wish to do the opposite. You wish to refrain from saying, I have this or I have that. Because when you say, I have this and that, you get that.
Yeah, it's so hard because it kind of becomes who you are, and I understand that's something I have to work on, and I appreciate all of your input, and I will definitely be putting it to use.
You see,
Thank you.
You claim.
Thank you.
I might just add, you claim that it served you, and that's really good, because that means in some way it was working out. It hasn't gone wrong. That's a perfect point of view. But now that it's served you and given you compassion and understanding, now it's okay to go ahead and release it, because it's already performed its service, and now it's no longer needed. And so now you no longer have that.
Absolutely. I totally get that, and thank you so much. It is done. It is gone. It's no longer who.
It is indeed.
It is done.
It's not anywhere here anymore. So
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, receive.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I receive. In the goddess of my being, I am completely healed.
Indeed.
And I know it.
And you know it.
I felt that.
Thank you.
I felt that.
Thank
Okay.
you.
We will go
Really?
on to our next person. Thank you.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Okay. The next person we have is starts with 843, ending in 0612. You have a question for Zora?
Yes, I do. One for one that knows. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's there, yes.
I have a question that relates to some of the other ones that have been asked that you've answered. That's why I asked.
Yes.
They've constantly talked about HSBC and Wells Fargo being the only banks redeeming ZIM. Is that correct? Or is a bank like Bank of America going to redeem ZIM? Or no?
The way I understand it is HSBC is the main ZIM exchanger. Whether or not you can go through a Bank of America branch or not, in the end, the ZIM is exchanged through HSBC function. So you might as well go straight to HSBC because it will eventually get there. And frankly, if you're exchanging with them at an exchange center, you're a lot closer to the higher rates than you are if you're at a lower level and they get it and then they turn it over to HSBC after getting it from you. But on the ZIM, I understand that they're the only ones that are actually processing it. Whether or not they process it through another bank on their way to HSBC, I'm not clear on that. It's like right now, Wells Fargo, you can go into a lot of these currency banks and ask for a currency, and they don't even really have it in stock because they're just the broker for it. They get it from Wells Fargo or from the main currency dealers. And so that's what you would be doing if you were dealing with any other bank. They would just be representing the end buyer, which would be going through HSBC. So if you have ZIM, it just doesn't make any sense not to start right with HSBC. And it doesn't matter if there's a branch in your area or not, because you'll be going to an exchange center and they'll still be able to set you up an account with HSBC despite the fact that there's no branches near you. And from then on, as a private client, they will come to you. So I highly recommend you go right to the top if you have ZIM.
Right. Okay. And one other quick question. Earlier you were telling someone to split up. You thought it was a good idea to have different family members do different projects, etc. I'm looking at mine differently, and I want to get your reaction. I'm going to be the manager. I know all the projects, and I'm going to bring my 3 boys in who are in their late 40s and 50s. They don't know a lot about this stuff, but they will as soon as the RV happens. So to set them up separately wouldn't to me would be counterproductive, especially if they don't keep up with what they get and the products they do. They could lose it all. I won't let that happen as a manager because I'll be right in there full bore. So that's my feeling. That's a little different than that lady or that gentleman that was talking to you earlier. What do you think?
Well, you have a different agenda. Your agenda is more of being a father and teaching and bringing them along. I do feel that they could get higher rates if they exchange individually, and you might be able to arrange it to where you're the trustee on their trusts after the fact. But for your purposes, I don't see you trying to get to some high target rate and therefore breaking up the exchanges for that. I see your purpose as more of being a father and having this be a project you can work together with your son. So in that case, I think it's fine.
Yeah, and another thing then, could I take some of my extra ZIM and give it to like their wives and let them go in at the street rate and collect as well as my going in as an LLC, or is that a no-no?
No, I would give it to them and let them go in and exchange at the high rate. Yeah. The only difference between the people getting the street rate and people getting the high rate are the difference between those who know about the 800 number and schedule an appointment with the exchange centers and those who don't. So for people that have been gifted the ZIM, if you don't contact them and let them know the 800 number to call in, then they will end up losing a lot of money by going in at the street rate. So by all means, give them the ZIM you want to give them, but then direct them to the 800 number as soon as you have it so that they can get the highest rates as well.
But they won't be doing projects, so they still want to do that, well, they can still bargain?
You can still bargain even if you don't have projects because, frankly, anybody that has ZIM is going to be thinking of ways to give it away because you will never spend it in your lifetime or your generation's lifetime. And so they know that, you're going to be a humanitarian project. Plus, going into the exchange centers, you are set up with the very top wealth managers for perks and for handling your business and all that kind of thing. And so that's highly recommended rather than just going to the street bank.
Well, we'll see how they do, how good they talk. They're going in alone, so we'll see. And I appreciate your answers.
No, you can go in with them.
But I've already been in
their
there.
Exchange. No, you can go in even if you've been in there for yourself. You can go in again with your kids or with them, by all means.
Oh.
I think you can bring up to 2 people with you. Yeah, by all means. Because a lot of people are going to go in. They're going to exchange together, but they both go in on the one person's exchange, and then they're both in on the other person's exchange. So they're both present in all cases. Definitely, you can go with them.
Got it. Okay, good idea. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and we're going to put you on mute now. Thank you. All right, next person is 360, ending in 9642. You're on the air with Zora. Tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Is that me?
Hello?
Hello.
It is you.
My name is Sorry. My name is Fran, and I'm from Washington State. And I've just been having a lot of energy stuff going on in my body. I wondered if Zora might be able to assist. It's in my head. Feels like a band around my head.
Oh.
Hello?
Oh.
Hello? It feels like a band around my head and pressure in various parts of the body.
All right, here's Zora.
We'll be letting Master rub your hands together and place one over each temple.
Okay, I'm doing that.
Indeed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, receive.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I receive from the Lord, Goddess of my being. I am healed completely. And I know it.
Indeed, and the pressure is gone from around my head. And I know it.
And the pressure is gone from around my head.
How long should we do this for?
For a minute.
1 minute. Okay.
Keep your hands there for 1 minute.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Is she feeling anything?
Are you feeling the warmth between your hands?
Yes.
Indeed.
I'll let her close her eyes.
Close your eyes. Feel the energy coming into your head and erasing the band around it. Just visualize that the band is being erased.
Yes.
You have 15 seconds to go.
Seconds.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Receive. Now, take your hands away, and no more pressure, no more pain.
Oh, I feel such clarity and such love.
Indeed.
Oh,
Nice.
My heart wants to just get teary-eyed.
Indeed.
Thank you. I'm most grateful.
Indeed.
Okay. All right, dear. Thank you. I'm going to put you on hold. Thank you. I'm going to mute you now. And the next person is 678, ending in 2704. You're on the air with Zora. Oh, sorry. I had to turn it on.
I welcome the family. I had a great call with you, listening to you and all like that. I had a kind of like 2-part. My name is Franklin.
Tell us.
I'm Franklin from Jonesboro, Georgia.
Oh, from Georgia. Okay.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. And Zara, I had a question to ask you. Within the framework of what you were explaining to us once before some time ago, as far as the pristine waters around the earth, how clean are they now, or do we still have to worry about that? I have like 10 projects of small towns in Georgia that have to be redone, and that was the biggest problem that I have now was not so much as energy, but the waters.
The waters?
The water that you drink. The underground water, the land water, the water, because basically using with the Koch Foundation for energy to build new housing, new buildings and structures for the little towns. That includes hotels, motels, hospitals, even
oh, good.
Not saying police departments, but a place to, for them to actually do it, community centers and different things. And plus some that are outside of the USA in the Grand Bahamas, down in that area also. So what I want to know, how pristine are the waters? That was a big interest that we had and we needed to know.
Indeed.
So I'm saying the waters.
Well, you can purify the water when you go to the locations where you're going to have the pump set up for the water to be brought forth. Then you rub your hands together and place them on either side of the pump. So when the water comes forth, it will be purified.
Okay, does that mean that I would have to set up the unit itself as far as the purification unit before I do any pumping, like have it built?
No, once you have the pump built,
okay,
you could have what is termed as a circle of people surround the pump, rub their hands together, and each place their hands on certain areas of the pump on both sides.
Okay.
To purify the pump. When the water comes up from the earth through the pump, through the area that has been purified, then the water is instantly purified as well.
So it would be good as far as to drink and to work with. Am I correct?
Of course. Indeed.
So they don't have to do anything extra for now? I mean, not all the waters are cleaned up yet.
But when the waters come through the pump, they'll be clear. They'll be purified.
Indeed.
By purifying the actual pump itself, then the water that comes through it will be also pured.
Thank you.
Okay.
I had one little thing I wanted to sneak in if I could, possibly.
What is that?
Okay, what I wanted to sneak in was this. I'm sorry. When the visitors come here to see us, will that be a long time, or do we have to wait a long period of time while we're doing the projects before we do that? Because one of the cities that I was setting up was for the visitors.
Oh, how lovely.
Indeed.
How thoughtful. That's for... You're talking about our galactics, right?
Right. I'm talking about the Galactic Federation when they come for, because I noticed that back in the period of time we had, the human race used to build settlements where they could actually come in, they arrived, they had places to land that were not flat on the ground, but monuments that stood up to support the ships. And then they give you the knowledge to do that.
You're speaking of Stonehenge.
Right. Well, I'm speaking of stuff larger than Stonehenge, like some of the larger pyramids what they had.
Oh, I understand. But Stonehenge was actually what is termed as a landing port for aeroships
Okay.
They could land upon the circle, not touching the ground, and was able to protect the ground from the force fields.
So back to what he was thinking about.
So would that help me as far as them contacting me mentally to give me guidance to how to design this?
Well, possibly you could do that, but do you by chance happen to have a headband?
No, that was one thing I'm planning on getting very soon.
Good.
Indeed. When you get a headband, what you do, you go out into Mother Nature, and you put your back against a tree and your feet on the ground, and make communication with the tree, and then start speaking forth your desire for communication from your Galactic Federation designers, and they will come forth and they will commune with you, and then you will get the instruction you need.
I have a question for this individual. What was your first name again?
I go by my middle name. It's just Franklin.
Franklin. Oh, Franklin. Okay.
Franklin, right.
So, okay, so if Franklin is pretty, there must be a connection between him and the Galactics. So
Pleiadian.
Yeah, so you're Pleiadian. So is there anyone in particular he should be or trying to call forth as far as who he can communicate with?
I would say make contact with Hermes.
Hermes?
Hermes, yes.
Could you spell his name, please?
What, Hermes?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hermes.
Hermes is the designer and designer and creator, architect of the pyramids. So I would say make contact with him.
Okay, Hermes. Hermus?
Indeed.
MES.
MES.
MES, okay.
Yes.
Thank you. And
something I might add in here if I can is that whenever you're wanting knowledge like that, is don't think that it's something you don't know or won't know or will be hard to find out. Instead, decide that whatever your project you want to do, in your case to build the landing structures, is that you will find a way and it will come to you exactly at the right time. So any project anybody wants to do, if they don't have all the knowledge, that's okay. Move forward and expect the knowledge to show up when it needs to, and suddenly you'll come across a website or somebody will knock on the door or you'll get a call, or in some way the knowledge will come to you if you're expecting it to. So in your case, I would, if I were you, I would expect that the right people are going to show up, and that you're going to find the knowledge you need, and suddenly you'll end up going to just the right website or coming across just the right book or getting the right phone call or having somebody knock on your door because you're expecting it to work out.
This is part of manifestation, Franklin.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay? Okay.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and go on to our next person here.
Do I put one out?
I'm going to go ahead and mute you out already, Franklin.
Okay, thank you. And great family call, so I'm enjoying it.
Okay. Thank you, dear.
Indeed.
Okay.
You notice I did not call him Mushabin.
Okay, so I'm going to go now to area code 724 ending in 1903. You are on the air with Zora. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Yes.
Okay. My name is Ben. I'm calling from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
Indeed.
Yeah. I got a question for Zora.
Indeed.
I was living in California in 1990. And I was at the drive-in with my wife, and suddenly, out of the sky, it was dark. It was completely dark because, at the drive-in it has to be dark. So out of the sky came a orb which looked like the sun. It just came and like the sky opened up and this orb came out, and it looked like the sun, and it just lit up the whole valley where I was staying at, and it looked like it was daylight all of a sudden. And I was just wondering, would you know what that was at that time of the year in about 1990?
In California.
In California.
Yes.
Well, I would say that it would be what would be termed as an arrow ship, and it came out of a portal.
Okay.
Would you know where it came from?
No. It's just a ship that came through a portal and made an appearance. And it was for your benefit and those there.
Yeah, because everybody just stood still for a moment, just looked up, and
I can imagine they did. Just to show that they're there. It was just an outward appearance to show people that they're not alone.
Oh, okay. Just to show that they're not alone. It was an experience.
Indeed.
And I'll never forget it. And the other question that I had was, if you could tell me, my wife and I are going to go in for exchange together for moral support. Now, we both hold Zem, Dong, and Dinar individually. Now, we were wondering if we should do it all together or if we should do it individually. In terms of the exchange. We can do it individually?
Yeah, you both
indeed.
can. You can go in together and do one person's exchange, and after that's done, then do the other person's exchange.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
individually.
Right.
On the same appointment, yes.
On the same appointment. Okay, because we want to be there for moral support.
Yeah, absolutely. Just be sure that when you call in for the appointment, you explain what you have in mind so they can arrange it for you.
And also understand, beloved master. Also understand, beloved master, to have your, what is called, everything written down, because you cannot take your cell phone with you.
Right. Okay. We do have all of that ready. My wife is the mathematician of the family, so she has everything mapped out. Each individual denomination, each currency, and everything. So.
Yeah, you better
rates.
stick by her side.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh boy. So okay, great.
Okay.
That's all I needed to know. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. You're welcome.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
One more thing.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Go ahead, real quick.
Okay. Real quick, just wanted to know, if my wife wanted to know, would it be okay for her, after she does her exchange, to go in with our sons on their exchange? They'll be going in together.
Yes.
Yes.
In fact, I think you can have up to 2 people with you. So you both could go in with each one.
Oh, great. Great. Okay. Thank you. That's all I needed to know. God bless you all.
Okay. All righty. You too. Bye-bye. All right. Next one is 760 ending in 3612. We only have like about 10 minutes left. Okay, you're on the air with...
Hi, this is Brian.
This is Brian?
Can you hear me? Yes, it's Brian.
Yes. Just speak up a little bit louder, and this is Zora.
Hi, this is Brian from... I'm a part of the humble, grateful Las Vegas community.
Oh.
That just spoke.
Indeed.
Is that not the place they call Sin City?
Not our part of the city.
Indeed.
I first want to say that I love you all with all of my heart, and I'm grateful for all that you do.
Indeed.
I would like to ask Zora, who is my galactic family? If I may speak directly to them.
Oh, who is this galactic family?
Oh, you wish to know from what star system you came from?
Right.
Yes, Zora.
Arcturian.
Oh. From the
Can
planet
you tell
of
me
healers.
just a little bit about
Indeed.
that, please?
Oh.
They're healers.
Anything else?
They are galactic healers of the universe.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Indeed.
I know you're short on time. I would like to ask for a healing and protection for a being that has been put on this earth and put in my life and our contingency's life to guide us and has been teaching us over the last 15 years the words of Zora and the heart and love of all things. I would like to send out ask Zora for a prayer of protection and health for Wambly, Old Eagle, and his family, please.
Of course.
All right.
5. Let's do it together, everyone.
5, 4, 3,
4,
2, 1. Receive.
Much love and healing and protection.
Much love, healing, protection for the family you mentioned. And yes, and to Wambly, and do what is termed as when you come in contact with them, let them know that the Zora of Hollow Earth family has sent forth much energy for his family and for the protection of his family. And it is done.
Oh, well, thank you, Zora. I love you all with all of my heart.
Thank you, dear. All right, I'm going to put you on mute now. Okay, next person we have is 480 ending in 5011. You're on the air with Zora.
Hello, this is Stacy from Arizona.
Indeed.
I have a question on the purification. The guy that talked about purifying the water. Can you do the same thing if you don't have a filter system on your sink? Can you do the same thing with your water?
Yes. Whenever you do what is termed as to get water from your tap.
Yeah, the faucet itself.
From the faucet.
Yeah, so that anytime.
Or even from like the pump thing underneath.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
either
yes.
the faucet or
you could rub your hands together, and you could put your hands on either side of the pump.
And do it.
And purify it. Keep your hands there, present on both sides of your pump, for at least 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then retaste the water
before and after,
and see if there's a difference.
Okay, great.
In the flavor.
And you don't have to do this. And then you don't have to do it again, like once a month or whatever.
No. No.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
And then my other question
Is that all?
was,
yes.
Yeah. One other question I had on the same thing is I don't understand when you try to purify your food or whatever. I didn't understand what we were supposed to do with our left hand.
Well, you're in Arizona?
Uh-huh.
All right. What you want to do, if you want to do this, do you have what is termed as an orange present?
No.
Well,
all right. What about a
I got
juice?
I have a can of oranges.
A can of oranges.
Yeah, mandarin oranges.
Orange juice.
No, it's
orange juice?
those little pieces. Mandarin oranges that come in a can.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
No, just get water.
Just get water then. And,
okay, I got water.
Get some water, and place the glass in front of you. And you want to do what is termed as take your right hand, the edge of your right hand, and place the edge flat on the table, where your palm is going through your glass into the palm, through the glass to the other hand. And on the left side, you want to join your last 3 fingertips with your thumb tip, index finger out, bring the back of your hand down on the table, and tilt your hand a bit to where the vortex is going through the glass into the palm of the other hand. And leave it there for approximately 1 to 2 minutes. After the 2 minutes, taste the water first before you start the technique, so you can get a taste of the water in its entirety. And then afterward, retaste the water. You will taste a significant difference in the water. It will taste either more crisper, more spring water type, but it will be a change.
Okay, great. I didn't know what to do with my left hand, and I think now that makes sense by pushing my thumb against my 3 fingers and then turning my palm a little bit.
Yeah, to give you a little bit of clarity.
The tips of your last 3 fingers.
Yeah, the energy shooting out of your. The energy shooting out of the fingers of your left hand, shooting through whatever is being purified and being caught by your other hand. It's the target. So it shoots through your food. So the tips of your fingers of your left hand are shooting the energy through your food.
It's energy that comes from the palms.
Okay.
No, what is occurring is the vortex underneath your thumb, the open portion. That's the portal of energy, and that goes through your glass into the palm of the other hand, and not